Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the Guilty Gamer and I'm back with another renovation video. So this time I'm in the world of Tamarang on this 20 by 15 lot that I call the Skinny Mint House, just because it's a skinny and mint, and I decided to give it a really quick do over just because I didn't really like the way that it looked. You know, it was full of like base game stuff, and I thought, why not give it a makeover just in case I want to come here at some stage. So I ended up getting it to around 43k to purchase, which is not exactly a starter home, but at the same time it's not that bad. You know, it's like middle of the range. A lot of the houses in the world are not starter homes. I will say the houses in Tamarang or the apartments in Tamarang are super cheap. So the the affordable housing is there. However, if you did want to buy, you would be you wouldn't be paying that much, which is nice. For this particular build, I decided to go with citrus colors just because I felt like it would look nice with the rest of the world, nice bright colors, and I basically start from the bottom and work my way up. I wasn't really sure what to do with this particular build. I wanted to make it a little bit bigger just because I felt like it was too small, and it was a one bed, one bath at the start, and I do actually end up getting it to a three bed, two bath, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So downstairs, I decided to put in a little bathroom. Now, this was all like just the one room, which was kind of not ideal. So, yeah, I don't really know what I was doing at first. It was a bit all over the place. But I get there in the end. We get there in the end. So I decided to put a living room just to the bottom, the bathroom just to the right, and then the kitchen area is just kind of obviously, yeah, where I'm putting the fridge, essentially. I kept it super simple just because I'm not really a huge clutter person. I like my lots big and empty. I feel like I'm the opposite of everyone in the community. Most people in the community like really small lots with lots of clutter. I'm the complete opposite. I prefer minimal clutter just because I feel like it gets in the way and it's a little bit restrictive as well, in my opinion. I prefer to acquire my clutter through gameplay, just personally. Like, for example, if I was going to Salvadorada or Solani, I would just collect stuff and put it in my house. But yeah, no, it's just not really my style. So it's not that I'm not putting in effort, I just like my spaces clean. I'm a bit of a minimalist. Well, not really, but kind of. So, I was really happy with the colors that I chose. Yellow and green kind of were the themes of this house. And yeah, it takes me a bit of time to figure out what I want to do with this space because it just didn't look right. I don't even know why. It just looked a bit weird. So it took me a bit of time to figure it out, but I get there in the end. And generally speaking, I do like the world of Tamarang. Obviously, everyone has been complaining about how the world is super empty, and that's something that, you know, I've noticed it's kind of been bad for the newer world. I feel like it wasn't really the case in the older world. I don't know why. It's so weird. In the newer world, the worlds are just like super empty. Like recently, I was playing in Santa Coya, and I noticed that as well. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's so empty here. Now, maybe it's just like a lag or like a delayed response because I did notice that the longer I played in the world, I started to notice some NPCs walking around. So it might be a delayed reaction potentially. I'm not sure. It's just a theory. I don't know if it's true or not. It could be true, it could not be true, but it doesn't, it kind of ruins the experience, when you're living in a ghost town. But, I mean, I suppose what can you really do? You can't really do anything about it. I have tried putting mods in my game that kind of increase the amount of, I don't know what you call it, that kind of increase the amount of footfall, foot traffic, but they tend to always break my game, so I try not to use them. But I don't know, whatever. Maybe they'll fix it in the future, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I'm not sure. But this looks quite nice. I think I was pretty happy with how this turned out. Like I said, the main thing was genuinely just making this space, yeah, like just making this space, making it feel bigger, because I didn't want to really make expand a lot too much, just because I don't actually mind the size of it. I like the fence around it, so I wanted to focus on making the most of what I had, you know? And it works so far. It looks good, I think. And yeah, it looks alright. It's nothing too crazy. And then after this, I go to the next floor. Typically, now I will say, with the kitchen, oh yeah, I just quickly like put a sink in here. I really like how the bathroom turned out. I think it looked really nice. I like this canary yellow color. It's really vibrant and pretty. And then, yeah, the tiles that came in this pack were so nice as well. I will say that. And for the kitchen, I just did a really small breakfast table. Typically, when I'm doing my houses, I'll do like a full dining table with 6 to 8 chairs and the whole thing, because I like to play with like super huge families, but obviously the space is not big enough, so I decided to just like put a really small breakfast table down with those wicker chairs, and I thought it would be fine. I suppose you could always put more chairs down if if the family expanded. But yeah, I think that looks alright. Does the job. I love these chairs. These are, I think, my favorite chairs. One of my favorite chair styles in the game. I just love them so much. They're just so nice. And yeah, I decided to add just a little tiny bit of a small bit of clutter just because the counter seemed a bit bare. Nothing too crazy. That looks fine. So on the next floor, I have a love-hate relationship with this lot. I love this lot, but I really don't like it at the same time because I don't like how there's like a balcony at the back of it, but you can't see it. It's such a nice feature, and in my opinion, it should have been at the front. So my main thing was that I wanted to kind of make it more visible from the front of the lot, and I achieved that by just putting down doors and adding some windows just so you could see through the back. Just because I felt like, what is the point of having that nice balcony there if you can't see it? And I kept it super simple, just kept one bed, one bath on this floor, just because there wasn't really much I could do. I really was kind of restricted on this floor, and but that's fine. It's okay. Still have the third floor to work with, and then I kept the bathroom the same size, just because I can, the space is enough. You can always put a bath downstairs if you needed it for like toddlers, for example. And yeah, I love this bed. This is one of my favorite beds. There are a lot of things in the For Rent pack that I really really enjoyed, that I really really enjoy using. I use them consistently. Like I use this bed all the time. Like I use the tiles all the time. I love a lot of the stuff. I like the wallpapers that it came with, and yeah, added some activities so you could build your logic skill, because like There's nothing I hate more than when you come to a lot and there's nothing to do. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh. I don't know whether it's laziness or something else, but I don't like having to fix a lot before I move into it. It's just not something I like to do. I want my house ready made, ready to move into it. And yeah, so that's why I decided to add the chess table and the telescope. I could have put more stuff in the hallway, but I didn't really know like where to put something, so I just left it kind of the way it was. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks good. Simple. Super, super simple. So, with the third floor, I decided to break it into two parts and turn them into guest rooms in a way. Again, I didn't really want to do too much to them just because you never know where your gameplay is going to take you, so I wanted to kind of keep them simple, make them changeable, and they're a decent size as well. They're not that small. So like yeah, like the house has really opened up. It's way bigger now. It's really, really opened up. And I just used the cheap high school years beds, the wicker, two of the wicker beds, and put an easel in, and that's pretty much it. I didn't really go crazy with this top floor because I just didn't really feel like it was necessary. Like if you want to put like a bassinet up there, changing table, you can do that. But for now, this is kind of how it is. Yeah, that looks good. So much nicer. I feel like I could have added more stuff, like a yoga mat, like yoga mats and other things, but I think the lot wasn't really spacious enough to do any of that. But I mean, the logic and the painting, I think that's enough. You can always buy more stuff in and put it in if you wanted to, and yeah, perfect. So I just moved the mailbox because that's something that always irked me, like the way that's the mailbox is like crooked, but I don't, whatever. It's not that serious. Um, and yeah, that's like more or less it, you know. And then I kind of kept the landscaping the same just because I'm not really like the best at landscaping, and also I didn't really feel like I needed to do much to it. I just changed the fencing really quick just so it could match the house a bit more. And I think that looks really, really nice. This is called the Kanto Reno on the gallery. And like I said, it's a pretty affordable price. If you work for a little bit, if you have two incomes, you should be able to save up and buy this house pretty easily. And yeah, it's a great starter home, kind of, sort of. It's nice and bright. If you have a little bit more money in Tamarang, it's a step up from the apartments. So it's a great option. I think I'll leave this here. If you watched to the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back soon with another video.